Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp. And that is right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday, and it is the channel's birthday. 2 years old today, which means that the channel is now old enough to begin transitioning. That's right. Soon, this will be the Swamp-et channel. Something. But not only is it my birthday, but we are finally in that most sacred of times of the year, Pride Month. I know you're excited. I know you're excited. And one thing that I actually was not aware of until right before we started this stream is that apparently today is also National Gun Violence Award Day. Oh, no, wait. A National Gun Violence Awareness Day. My bad. And since I just found this right before we went live, I figured we'd start with that. So, everybody, Twitter thread of the week. Here to tell us all about National Gun Violence Awareness Day, everyone's favorite comic, Jimmy Kimmel. Today is National Gun Violence Awareness Day. Remember the families devastated by a crisis that claims innocent lives every day. The time to act is now. Wear orange. I'm surprised that they chose the color orange for this. Was Trump not president when they started this? I thought they were allergic to the color orange. I guess this is the only time it's okay. Surprisingly, people were not super stoked about this amazing post by Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, who could have thought? You look like an AIDS awareness poster. At least he's not in blackface this time. We should ban guns, says man who lives in gated community with armed security and probably never goes anywhere publicly without armed security either. So it turns out people are not super on board with this. I mean, who could have thought? I mean, is there anyone more popular than Jimmy Kimmel? There you go. Orange Life Matters. When are they going to hang this up? All right, now that we got that out of the way, it is time for everyone's favorite segment. All the news that's fit to print, ladies and gentlemen. Swamp in print. Today we have an absolutely heartbreaking story from the San Francisco Chronicle. In face of anti-LGBTQ attacks, Pride poised as more protest than celebration. Oh, I did it again. This is the second week using the new layout, and I screwed it up the same way both times. Anyway, I'm just glad that the LGBTQ people are going to finally start protesting. They're going to be out in the streets letting us know what's going on, because they've been far too silent for far too long, just staying in their lane, living their lives, just in private, never really letting anybody know what's going on. Pride Month officially kicked off on Thursday, but fights over how and whether to honor the occasion, have been erupting across California for months. The skirmishes, whether it's cities reluctant to raise the rainbow flag The Los Angeles Dodgers double reversal on inviting a drag group to its Pride Night, or San Francisco Pride's decision to drop Dee Snider as a performer after he elevated transphobic comments. I don't even know what a transphobic comment is anymore. It seems like talking about it in any way, if you're not trans, is just transphobic now. At least that's what they would have us believe. Show that conservatives are dragging even the most LGBTQ-friendly state into its plan to demonize trans kids, drag shows, and even one of America's most familiar symbols of inclusion, the rainbow pride flag. Dun, dun, dun. Rep. Robert Garcia, the first openly gay immigrant elected to the House, said the incidents are a signal that pride needs to return to its militant roots. Again, was anybody aware that they had toned this stuff down? Look out, guys. They're about to get militant about this. They've just been letting, you live your life normally, but no more. No longer. I'm afraid for what this looks like. His wish for June Pride celebrations this year. More protesting, less celebrating. We've got to organize. We've got to remind ourselves that the gay rights movement started as a protest. Garcia told me on the Chronicles It's All Political on Fifth and Mission podcast. What a terrible name for a podcast. And my podcast is named Swamp Live. So I know a thing or two about that. People have got to get out during Pride, during marches, and not just celebrate diversity and inclusion. We've got to put a little bit more fight back into the movement. Jeez. There's a lot to fight about as conservatives take aim at Pride celebrations, even in liberal bastions in California, and cancel mainstream brands such as Target, Disney, and Bud Light for their LGBTQ-friendly stances. Even though conservatives have long professed to loathe cancel culture. Oh, man. Got 'em. Got 'em. Nationally, a record 529 anti-LGBTQ plus bills. By the way, I just want to note, pretty much everyone started using the LGBTQ2S I plus. So this is already a pretty bigoted article. Nationally, a record 529 anti-LGBTQ plus bills have been introduced in state legislation this year, according to the Human Rights Campaign, which advocates for the community. The ACLU was tracking only one such measure in California, and it died in April. Well, thank God. The influence of those bills has been reinforced by Republican presidential candidates such as Florida Governor Ron DeSantis using anti-LGBTQ rhetoric on the campaign trail to power his national political aspirations. Why can't you just leave the gays alone, you guys? Just leave them alone. That's all they've ever done is leave you alone. This is just out of control. We also have leaned in on the fight against gender ideology in our schools, DeSantis said while campaigning in Iowa last week. We're not competing in the pronoun sweepstakes. We're going to have school just like school's been for time immemorial. Well, if that doesn't sound like fascistic, I don't know what does. The tone is even harsher, and it gets harsher than that, in other conservative circles. Right-wing commentator Michael Knowles said, for the good of society, transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely. I like how they put the ellipses in there. We're not going to get the full quote. Can you believe that he called for the genocide of trans people? Man, it's getting crazy out there. The Conservative Political Action Conference in March, a gathering that was attended by GOP presidential candidates Donald Trump, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, and biotech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy. While California has long been a haven for LGBTQ residents, these national attacks are emboldening opponents here too. Well, I gotta say, to all the LGBTQ activists out there, if you're losing California, it just might be time to hang it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And we had our first super chat, first happy birthday super chat already. Thank you, Vic. I appreciate it. Let's see what the super chat jukebox has got for you.
It's called the Omicron. You have to get the shot. It's called the Omicron. We have the best vaccine in the world. It's called the Omicron. You have to get the shot. It's called the Omicron. We've moved forward in the face of COVID-19.
Fantastic. That's a good way to start the stream for sure. Yeah, it's been 2 years. Can you believe it? 2 years of Swamp on the Scene. And as of today, officially, and we've already made some sales, so thank you to those in the Discord, the Swamp Year 2 pint glasses are here. So if you got the Year 1 mugs from last year, you got to get some pint glasses to celebrate Year 2. Expand the collection. Eventually, you'll have a whole table in your house that's full of nothing but Swamp Year mugs. And of course, the Swamp Armory merch is still available. Be armed, be dangerous, be moral. So pick that up. Pick that up for sure. And as I always say, if you want to give money to me but not to YouTube, you can check the link in the description to donate over PayPal. And again, I'm sorry, they still take money out of it too. There's really no way to avoid that. But if you specifically don't want to give it to YouTube, you don't have to. All right, I figured since this is the first official stream of Pride Month, we were going to have to go over to everyone's favorite news network, Queer News Tonight. Now, of course, their amazing panel of guests, anchors, whatever they call them, they're just as smart and just as gay as always. Recently, the singer of Paramore, Hayley Williams, was talking about at some concert saying that, you know, F you if you voted for DeSantis, you're dead to me, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if you could have guessed this, but Queer News Tonight is all for this. They think this is just absolutely fantastic. And can you blame them? Can you blame them? It is Pride Month after all.
Florida Republican governor signed the state's notorious Don't Say Gay bill into law, which banned elementary school teachers from mentioning LGBTQ plus issues and people in the class.
Always a good sign that you're a legitimate news.
I'm very fucking comfortable talking.
Always a good sign that you're a legitimate news source when you start off by saying the Don't Say Gay bill that banned people from saying gay. Gonna be legitimate news, 100%.
Politics. And if you vote for Ron DeSantis, you're fucking dead to me. So is that comfortable enough for anyone?
Brava diva. The word paramour, by the way, is defined as a secret lover, but our love for Hayley Williams of Paramore should be shouted from the rooftops at the top of our lungs. I only hope that Hayley's contemporaries in the music scene will also use their platforms and speak out against death sentence. I mean, DeSantis.
Absolutely. The gay Mr. Clean over here is spot on. We never, ever hear musicians giving us their opinions on politics, and especially in support of the LGBTQ AI2S plus community. Never hear that. So, I mean, he's dead on by saying this is quite refreshing. I can't believe it. Can you believe a singer is saying that you're dead to them if you have different political opinions? Wow, this is groundbreaking stuff. Absolutely groundbreaking. And of course, he had to throw in that little quip at the end. Ron death sentence? I haven't heard that one. It's like a combination of Ron Death Santis and actually it's just a crappier version of Ron Death Santis. Wait, does he think that gays will be put to death if they say the word gay in front of children? Is that where he's getting at? You can never know with these people.
Rock on, Haley.
Fantastic. And also, my husband, shout out to Dakota, by the way, I love you. He's a huge fan.
Great band.
I mean, always have her music on. So this is a fantastic. I'm proud of. I'm
Liar.
proud that's, you know.
Liar. Kim Jong-un's gay nephew is a liar. Whenever a musician says something that they like, all of a sudden they talk about, oh, I've always listened to them. I've listened to them for years. And then you have to say the thing that, you know, you feel cringe for saying it, but you're like, name 3 songs. Come on. Oh, we've always been into it. Always been into it.
She speak up against this person, this terrible governor.
I will say this. You know, I always thought she was cute.
No, really?
And I'll be honest, you know, like a lot of my kids, all my wife and
They really can't have any discussions that don't talk about their sexual interests. Why is that? First thing that guy says is, my husband, shout out to my husband. Did I tell you guys I have a husband? He's my husband. And then the lesbian comes on, who, I don't know if you remember her the last time we watched Queer News. God, she is terrible. She is just god awful. But of course, the first thing, I always thought she was cute. Oh, well, wow. That is great. This is groundbreaking. This is the kind of quality of news you can get from Queer News Tonight. God, this is allowed to be on the internet, but they want to ban Tucker Carlson. This is way more offensive.
included, you know, they're big emo people.
Yeah.
So Paramore is like that band, and I love those guys. You know, they're cool. But she just like gained a new fan, like a real fan. I'm gonna give her music another shot. You know, I'm an old.
Again, I'm totally a fan now. Obviously, you know, this is all in good fun. They're just having a good time, just being queer, hanging out. But they really do this. I would not be surprised if every single person on this panel now goes and buys a bunch of music from Hayley Williams of Paramore. Don't even have to listen to it. And if they did listen to it, all they would talk about is how great it is, even though they never once listened to it before that. And spoiler alert, in case you're wondering, no, the music is not good. It is not very good.
Old school. I will get into music another day. Lady Snag Daddy, there you go. But I mean, because it takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
When you're a female performer in this industry, where your voice, where your opinion, where your comment can backfire at any time and pull.
Remember the chicks? Yeah.
And pull your sponsorship and your whatever backing you have, maybe even pull your deals.
Yeah.
So that, like right there, man, hats off to you.
for sure.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
right?
hats off, Hayley Williams. Truly breaking new ground, being brave, doing what no one in Hollywood in music would ever do. Say DeSantis sucks and I love gay people. What planet do these people live on? Because if there is such a world where that happens, I would like to go there. This is like that stupid thing about the schools that we saw on TikTok Tuesday, where they're saying that they taught you all these things in school, and I just kept thinking, where? What school did you go to that was incredibly red-pilled based America First school? Because I am not aware of a single school that's like that in at least the last 30 years, if not longer. So whatever world you're living in, where people are going to potentially lose record deals because they support LGBTQ nonsense, that's the world I would rather be in. instead of this one. But, you know, what do I know? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play my new favorite game for the channel, which is guess what product they are selling. Last time it was the Oreos. This one, granted, is going to be a little bit easier. But still, it's still funny. So ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Guess the product. Go. Who names their son Armpit? That's just not nice.
सुनो, इस बार गुस्सा मत होना प्लीज.
The great emotional music.
Thank you, Papa, for meeting me.
All right, this is
know,
totally sorry. I have to comment on this first. Why did they put subtitles for that? And the subtitles aren't even what this person said. That is not even what Armpit said. Look, thank you for meeting me, Dad. And then in English says,
Thank you, Papa, for meeting me.
is it just me? I can't be the only one that finds that hilarious. Thank you, Papa, for meeting me. We need to translate that to English. What could that possibly mean in English? Oh, it means thank you for meeting me, Dad. Well, now we know. Mystery solved.
Papa, for meeting me. I know बड़े साल बीत गए, लेकिन आप आज भी मेरे लिए सब कुछ हो.
All right, that one's not in English. Here, I'll do the voiceover.
I know बड़े साल बीत गए,
I know it's been years,
लेकिन आप आज भी
but you
मेरे लिए
still
सब
mean
कुछ
the
हो.
world to me.
कॉफी. तेरी आदतें नहीं बदली.
Your habits haven't changed.
3 cold coffees for Arpita. Three cold coffees for Arpita.
बेटा, मेरे लिए तो आज भी मेरा बच्चा है.
For me, you are still my kid.
बस एक लेटर ही तो ऐड हुआ है तेरे
Only a
नाम.
letter has got added to your name. Thanks, Dad. It starts with Armpita. It starts with your name at Starbucks. Fantastic. That is some quality Pride Month content. Every single Pride ad ever is just about how your dad is an asshole. That says a lot about this movement. That's what the last one was. The Oreo one, again, was about the dad being a jerk. And the mom has to try to slowly convince him to come around. Your dad wasn't being a jerk. He was being the leader of the household and saying, what the hell is wrong with you? No. Listen. If you need reassurance, comforting, you go to your mom. I'm here to tell you the hard truth so you can live in this world. But that's a bad thing. Now go drink your gay coffee and eat your queer Oreos. You bunch of fags. I wonder how many times I can say stuff like that before I actually get in trouble on my streams. Yeah, that one wasn't exactly fair because there was like a ton of Starbucks throughout the whole commercial in the background. But it wasn't about Starbucks. I mean, it wasn't about... It's almost like, Ed, stay with me here. It's almost like there's an agenda here. That maybe, just maybe, something else is going on. Maybe it's not about selling coffee or Oreos. You're telling me we sell coffee? All right, I've got another one. A commercial for Pride Month. Unfortunately, we can't play the fun game with this one because it is just even... I mean, the branding is all over it. So at least they've got that. I mean, there is branding. There was some in the Starbucks one, obviously. But this one has a lot more. So, again, this is actually going to be the living incarnation of the Stone Toss meme. Burgers? How is this going to help us sell burgers? Burgers?
Hi, welcome to McDonald's drive-thru.
Hi, isang cheeseburger, please.
With large fries and drink na po ba?
A la carte lang.
Thank you.
Hi, isang medium fries, please. Thanks ulit.
You get it? You get it? They're
Large
lesbians.
iced coffee original, please.
Lesbians. You get it?
Ako eh.
Ma'am, dessert niyo po. Baka matunaw.
Just it's touching. You know, like I said, that one actually has McDonald's all over it. But if it didn't, would you have any idea what this was about? I mean, at least let's say at least they had the branding on this one. That's something, you know. But you get it? You get it? It was subtle, but they're lesbians. You get it? It's very it's not in your face. It's just barely there, but they're lesbians. And I've been informed by the comment section on this. First of all, everyone says that their chemistry is amazing. It's amazing. But second of all, I've been informed by one of the lesbians in the comments that you can go through the drive-thru on a skateboard in the Philippines. So there's that, you know, the controversy averted. Now we know. You can't do it in the US, but apparently in the Philippines you can. That's pretty much the only new piece of information I learned from this. And I'm not sure why I needed to even know it, but now I know. Oh. And I've also learned there's lesbians. They exist. They're out there. Look out, man. Oh. All right. That's enough of Pride Month for a little while. I think that's more Pride Month than anyone ever wanted. So let's move on now to everyone's favorite president.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
Now, I'm pretty sure most people already know where we're about to go with this, considering it was just all over the place recently. But before we get to that one, let's watch a little bit of the actual speech. You know what it's going to be. You know where we're going to get to. But before we get there, let's listen to some of this speech. It's just, the guy is brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
It wasn't all push-ups and cramming for Prague Week, though to set the Guinness Book of Records, world records, most simultaneous push-ups, there had to be an enormous amount of push-ups. Beyond you, but all of you, I think you had some fun along the way. Maybe a good use of your epic passes. That would be reason enough to join. It wasn't all push-ups.
I have no idea. Maybe there's some context in the speech that makes it make more sense. Talking about world record push-ups for I don't know. But of course, the main event was our amazing young spry president not quite being able to make it off the stage safely. Oh, there he goes. Man down. He's got a point. It wasn't me. There was something. There's something. It jumped out at me. It just came out of nowhere. And don't worry. There's another angle of this that makes it even more hilarious. Or possibly tragic. I'm not really sure. The female cadet that just watches him go down and says, "Oh, geez," and then just turns around and walks away. Fantastic. Yep, who was it? Oh, geez, this old... You know what? Screw this. Now, you may think to yourself, this could imply, possibly, maybe, that this dude is just, he's not with it, man. He's not, you know, it's the superficial signs that may imply that he's not quite up to being president. Well, you absolutely would 100% be wrong about that. And everyone's new favorite Democrat shill breaks it down for us. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Harry Sissy.
So earlier today, President Biden tripped on a sandbag and fell while on stage at an Air Force graduation ceremony. And of course, Republicans are making a big deal out of it. They're saying that he's too old, that he's senile, that he can't serve, and other crap like that. And honestly, their attacks are ridiculous. They act like they've never tripped in their entire lives. And seriously, is this how low they've gotten, that tripping is a point of attack for them? I mean, it's just truly pathetic. And it just goes to show you that the Republican Party has never been focused on real issues, but rather they're focused on political gotcha moments like making fun of someone for tripping. So earlier today, President Biden tripped.
Has this ever happened before in the history of our country? Where, what is this kid, 19 or 20 years old or something like that? Is this big of a suck up to the establishment? Has this ever happened before? Or is this just a new occurrence because of social media? I don't understand it at all. Does this kid have any friends? Because when I was his age, if I did something like this or said something like this, man, it would be open season on me. God, I would just be getting torn apart for being such a pansy ass. And what? You think it's cool to support the federal government? What a jackass. But I guess nowadays, this is teenagers or young people, this is what they do? I don't think this has ever happened in American history. And of course, his argument would hold more weight if this didn't happen several times a week. You know, if this was the first time this had ever happened, maybe you could have an argument. But I'm pretty sure this isn't even the first time this happened this week. And I love this whole pointing out, well, the Republicans are so ridiculous. Really? This is what you come to, is attacking this guy for tripping? Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? We didn't forget when there was an entire week where nothing... The only thing that mainstream media talked about was how Trump almost tripped once. He almost tripped. And that was the news cycle for a week. So... it's astonishing. I really, man, someone needs to just, you know, speaking of dads, you know, from the earlier commercial, the dads being jerks, his dad could have been a lot more of a jerk to him and this wouldn't have happened. And of course, I mean jerk by their standards. I'm betting the dad's not in the picture or the mom wears the pants in the household. Stay-at-home dad with the breadwinner mom who probably works for the DNC. But of course, they've realized that this happens so often, they can't really ignore it anymore. So have you noticed that they've started having Biden kind of crack jokes about this now? And it is not having the effect that they want it to. It's making it more sad and pathetic. Here's Joe Biden. It's no big deal, man. I got sandbagged. I got sandbagged. I got sandbagged. Yeah, sandbagged. It happens. You get sandbagged. It's not working. Whatever this is, it's not working. At least it's not working for me. I think it might be time for a different president.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
I got sandbagged. I was just out walking and I got sandbagged. Trying to shove it with the push-ups. Fat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on to what is going to be, I think, my new favorite segment, because we could just talk about this forever. But it's now on to the decline of Western civilization. And as I said last week, you could argue that that's what my whole shtick is. That's the channel. But now, for fun, we're naming a segment that. So, here is a beautiful and I'm having a Joe Biden moment. A beautiful, brave, black magic woman. At least I think that's what her handle is. Oh shit, it's not magic. Damn, that was racist. Black Girl Tragic is her name. My bad. My bad. Please don't call the ACLU or the NAACP or whoever deals with that anymore. Or the feds. The FBI will come after me for that one. But here, take it away, Black Girl Tragic. This is it, you guys. We are watching the fall of Rome in real time. With internet and memes this time.
It's truly amazing to me how fast the narrative changes. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. White women are one of the most dangerous groups in the United States and abroad. At this point, we've pretty much all seen the video of the city bike incident between the black guy and the white woman. The black guy claimed that he bought the bike. The white woman claimed that she bought the bike. It was a tug of war match. But notice how white people were laying in wait for some little nugget of information that was going to absolve this white woman of.
Yes. You've inadvertently proven something that I don't think you meant to prove. Did you notice how the white people were waiting to get all the information? God, what a bunch of white devils. But here's the secret. Black girl tragic. Here's the secret. You can do that too. It's not white supremacy to wait for all the information to come out before you make a decision or a judgment on a situation. Man. I used to try to keep a running list of all the things that were considered white supremacy, but it's just shorter now to say the things that are not. And what used to be on that list was, well, black people. I mean, black people can't be white supremacists, but they took that away from us too. You can now be a black white supremacist, so I don't know what's going on anymore. It's just gotten out of control.
Taking accountability for the harm that she put these boys in. Whiteness is a cult, and they will always come to the defense of their cult members. This evidence that people are now getting on here to push to say that this white woman is innocent actually doesn't prove anything at all. But it does prove the lengths that some of y'all will go to protect white women.
So here's the thing. In fact, it proves quite a lot when you have the actual literal receipts. We say that as a meme. You know, he's got the receipts, you know, and saying he's got proof. There are actual literal receipts for the bike. But apparently, the danger that this pregnant white lady put these black kids in for trying to steal her bike. Wow. It's just, this is the cult of whiteness. Is just waiting for all the facts to come out, not wanting other people to steal your private property that you've rightfully, you know, well, I guess we wouldn't say it's her private property, but you know, that she rented, she had a right to, she bought it. These are all things to add to the list of white supremacy.
It's wild to me how people still see black people as one of the most violent groups, when actually the most violent among us has the inability to hold their community members accountable for the ways in which they harm other people. You know who you are. It's truly amazing to me.
Yeah, that is truly amazing. Why, genuine question here. Why do you, and I need you to think about this, lady, why do you think so little of your own race? Waiting for the facts before you make a judgment about something? Black people can't do that. Black people are dumb. Lady, what are you talking about? The cult of whiteness waits for this thing called facts and information. Things that black people have never been able to conceive of or master before. This is unbelievable. And to further prove her point, let's take a look at the state of white people. Because the way that she's saying it makes me think that, well, white people across the country must just be the most downright logical, factually correct, awesome group of people in the world. According to her own logic. So let's see. During the decline of Western civilization, how are the white people doing?
A friend of mine.
First of all, right off the bat, damn. Not doing great. What is going on here, brother? Wow.
Reminded me that today is the anniversary of George Floyd being murdered. Did you hear anything about that on the news today? Me neither. Did you remember that happened. In 2020. Today. Me neither. A friend of mine.
Wow. So it's not looking great, you guys. Just across the board. It's not looking great. Jeez. You know what? I'm over it. Gabriel, just blow the trumpets already. So basically, I want to find the white people that first lady was talking about because they seem cool. But for some reason, whenever I find white people, they're like this guy. So again, where is this absolutely based, red-pilled, America First contingent of people? Where are they? Because I haven't seen very many of them. But no, you're right. Whiteness is a cult. And, well, it's all over. It's all over, ladies and gentlemen. All right, just a reminder, it is the channel's second birthday. Pint glasses, now available. Swamp Year 2. Be armed, be moral, be dangerous, and don't tread on me. Of course, Swamp Armory, still there. Super chats, activate the super chat jukebox. And as always, check out the PayPal if you don't want to give money to YouTube. Or if you're one of those people that for some reason, for no explanation, YouTube just won't let you send super chats. I know plenty of people in real life that have had that happen. I don't know if it's me or you, but one of us is a conspiracy theorist. All right, to continue our descent into madness and to further explore the decline of Western civilization, here's a man that the Canadian government is going to kill because he might lose his apartment soon. If that is not a sign of the decline of Western civilization, I don't know what is.
Amir Farsood has applied for medically assisted dying, known as MAID. He lives in constant agony due to a back injury, but has started the process for end of life because his rooming house is up for sale and he can't find anywhere else to live that he can afford. He barely survives on Ontario Disability Support.
Damn, boy. That's a lot of beans in that cupboard. Maybe you could afford a new apartment if you weren't buying so many damn beans. I'm sorry, that's insensitive. This guy's suicidal, apparently.
He barely survives on Ontario Disability Support payments, which are just over $1,200 a month. He doesn't want to die, but being homeless is not an option.
I know in my present health condition I would survive it anyway.
Farsood meets the criteria for MAID, physical suffering due to disability that cannot be relieved.
And I like how, so they say he meets the qualifications for MAID, and all they address here is they say, well, he meets the qualifications, physical disability. They didn't, they just skipped over one part of that. They make it almost sound like it's reasonable, right? Where you could say like, oh, debilitating illness, terminal, this guy's gonna be dead soon anyway, maybe. First of all, the guy he's got a bad back, which is a bummer. My back's gone out before, not cool. But they completely gloss over the fact that that's not all it says. Physical or psychological suffering. Oh, well then why even have the part that says physical suffering? Why even have that when it's written right into it, or if you just want to? Well, then why do we even have the first part? Physical suffering. Well, who gives a crap? Because, well, we don't even need to know about your physical suffering because we also allow psychological suffering as an excuse. This is it, you guys. We are watching the collapse of a once great cultural... I don't even know what you call it. The Western Empire, whatever you want to call it. The West. Some might call it the decline of Western civilization.
Not be relieved. His doctor, who knows Farsood's real reason for MAID is his fear of being homeless, signed off on the application in August. Farsood needs a second to do the same. There's a 90-day waiting period. He believes he could potentially access MAID in about a month.
So, his doctor even knows the reason for this is just because he's going to lose his apartment, and he signed off on it anyway. But don't worry, you guys. There is a failsafe in this whole operation, because you don't just want people who are going to lose their apartments, you know, to sign up for medical assistance in dying. No, we have a failsafe here. 2 doctors have to sign off on it. And the criteria involves psychological suffering. What do you think the odds are that this guy's going to be able to find 2 doctors in Canada to sign off on this? I mean, that's no way. This isn't what they want. This is, it's unfortunate, but don't worry. It'll only happen if he's really super, super serial upset about losing his apartment. Then we'll do it. But we'll make sure with 2 doctors that he is really ultra, super duper sad about it. Then strap him down and let it rip. These people are so screwed up. What a world. What a world we have built for ourselves. Okay, you guys. Let's see here. Time for one more. Oh, I almost forgot. TikTok Tuesday. That's right. We had a rather amazing winner of TikTok Tuesday. Rathbone. That is his name. A self-proclaimed socialist, communist, whatever. When you look at him, you'll immediately be able to tell what's going on here, and you'll also be able to smell it. So I'm just going to scroll through because, man, I was trying to pick one specific video of this guy's to go through for the TikTok Tuesday winner segment, but it's just all so bad that we might as well just pick a random video and start scrolling through them and see how long we can get into each one. And then we're just going to have to make it stop. This guy. All right, let's see here. Debunking a confused worker? Right-wing neo-lib capitalists? What is hard work? God, it really just doesn't matter. I'm not looking forward to this. This is, prepare yourselves. Nails on a chalkboard, this guy. Doesn't he look like a Marxist? Uh-oh, sorry. My bad. Had the sound off.
We are workers who want to own our work. We are owners who want to own their work. We are workers who want to be owned. We are workers.
I
made $3 million this month. Doing what? Liquidity. And what does that mean? I deliver liquidity to the global markets. Deliver. Like pizza? No. Yes, like pizza. What does liquidity mean? I'm where the action is, bud. What do you do?
This guy's
Why
painful.
is driving down to your office on Wall Street and spending your day speculating against currencies in an effort to drive
Yeah, he makes that same liquidity joke, I think, like 4 or 5 times.
down growth rates considered valuable hard work, and yet raising a child isn't? Why is driving down...
Dude, what is... Socialist, man.
I really love when people defend Jeff Bezos in these comment sections just because I made a video about how he doesn't earn $170 billion. That'd be like him earning $500 million a day. And people say, well, that's his net worth. He doesn't make that in a year. He doesn't actually make $500 million a day.
Someone needs to tell the Marxists that if you live in the U.S. and you like Karl Marx, you don't have to try to look like Karl Marx. I'm just saying.
This person is defending Jeff Bezos for context. And they're saying that Jeff Bezos does not exist in a vacuum. He came from society and he did not build Amazon.
Oh,
this comment is wrong for 2 reasons. The Russian Bolshevik Revolution of 1917 was so insanely scary to the United States because it was international and not national in character.
Okay. I think we've had enough of this clown. That guy was the winner of the most annoying socialist on TikTok.
Obvious the government wants TikTok gone because it's the only news source not on their payroll, and we can incite change faster than they can censor us, and that's a problem for them. We already know y'all bringing back Jim Crow laws as y'all pipeline to try and put us back on a plantation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming towards the end of the stream. And since it's Pride Month, we need to end with promoting one of the greatest trans LGBTQ whatever artists out there. You guys are gonna want to buy this album. I promise you. This is from a rapper called Damage, which I don't know if that's referring to the sex change operation or what. But this song is called Double Take, and he's apparently very proud of the fact that when he walks around, people double take. But for some reason, he thinks this is a good thing, when really it's people going, what the fuck? I guess this is, any attention is the attention they want, because that's they really, really need is the attention. All right, I guess we're doing this. Happy Pride Month. Yay.
Everywhere I go, they double take. Hold on, man. What'd you say? It's fucking damage, Tommy! Whoa! What'd you say? Listen.
So that's them. In case you were wondering, the man in drag was also him. But when I first saw this, I was like, this is wow, that's really, really unappealing. And then I saw the actual person, and I realized it was much worse than I had initially thought it was. Come on, guys. We can do this. It's Pride Month. Let's do it for Pride Month. We're only 20 seconds in. We can do this.
Yeah, okay. The hottest bitch up in my city, no debate about it. Go tell that Karen stop staring. Take a picture, matter of fact. This ain't shit, go hit my Insta, matter of fact. I'm that bitch, so quit your bitching. Here's a fact. Sit and listen. I am a light in the life for others. A sight for sure eyes, not to be trifled to fuck with. I am not ducking and covering. I am not tucking in public. I want you to know where my nuts is. I share an empty wallet. Looks a lot where I keep my fucks in.
Now, the thing that's, obviously this whole thing is obviously quite bizarre and disturbing. But what I think is even the most interesting about this, okay, so this is, I guess, a trans woman or a non-binary, because this dude has the earrings that say they, them. If you remember that old TikTok. Oh my God, actually, this might be the same guy. I'm just now realizing this. You remember that TikTok from like a year ago that went viral of the dude who worked, it was like a waiter somewhere and had the they them earrings and was upset that even though he had the they them earrings, people were still calling them he or whatever. It actually looks like the same dude. But then again, they all could just look kind of gross and emaciated. So, but anyway, what I was going to say before I went off on that tangent was, why is this person raps a lot about their male genitalia and how they want you to know that he has male genitalia. What? I would have thought that you would not want to talk about that since I don't know. There's a lot here that doesn't make sense, obviously. That's just one of the things that doesn't really make any sense. I mean, other than the fact that it's just hideous to look at. It's just god awful. And I don't want to play too much of it because I'll probably get, they'll probably copyright it. But don't worry, it gets worse. We're going to skip into the next verse. There you go. Oh, God, here it goes. This is the clip that was going viral that made me find this. Oh, God.
It is on my chest. If gender's what's between your pants. Now, if you with it, grab a pistol, pop a bigot in his little dick. I'm about to pop up on the opposition. Where me at? All the way, all the way, all the way. Everywhere I go, they go, they double take. All the way, double take.
So, what do you think? Is this your new favorite rapper? Is this your new favorite? Is this what you're gonna be bumping all Pride Month? Jeez. It really is something, though. And I think it's even more interesting is this is actually really popular. As if you couldn't tell. Of course, this would be really popular. Don't worry, I got it. I'll just keep it muted. But then that then begs the question: what is worse, the visuals or the music? That's the real question. Oh man. So there you go. Happy Pride Month. Yay. This has 32,000 views and it says Punch a Bigot Anthem 2022. So it came out a year ago. I hope you're ready to punch a bigot. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are reaching the end of the show, which means we're going to watch some stuff that isn't just god awful to get us ready for the weekend. I'm very happy that I decided to start doing this because sometimes you just go through too much on the Friday stream and by the end of it, you're like, well, I just want to go sit in the corner quietly for a while. So to prevent those feelings that may result in you having to call MAID in Canada so that you could have medical assistance in dying, we'll watch some fun stuff. So a new installment of something we haven't had in a while. Climate activists getting exactly what they deserve. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So it's some of these stupid reality dance shows, whatever it is. And there comes the climate activists. Throwing their stuff and, hey, yeah. Boom! The cameraman just said, get the hell out of here. Oh. Just nails him. And I love how it was obviously so intentional. There's no way he's going to be able to spin that as if it was an accident. He's not going to be able to go, well, I mean, it was out of control. That was, there was nothing I could have done about that. It just comes right for him. Boom. And he didn't even see it coming because he was holding that stupid banner in front of his face. I'm telling you, this has got to be one of my favorite genres on the internet, is climate activists getting exactly what they deserve. All right. One more clip that I found humorous this week. I don't know if you'll find it humorous, but I sure as hell did.
I have to keep it down because my parents are sleeping next door. Oh, okay, sure. Okay. I'm ready. What the hell is that? Going dark. I have to keep it down because my parents are sleeping next door.
Classic. Classic.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Going dark.
I'm ready. What the hell is that? Going dark.
You know, if you didn't find that funny, I'm sorry. You're going to have a terrible weekend. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me for the channel's birthday. Don't forget, year 2 pint glasses this time. I was going to do mugs because, you know, that's what Crowder does. But then I realized, wait a minute. What am I doing? This whole thing here is about over the legal limit. Pint glasses. Pint glasses are where it's at. And of course, Armory merch still available. I hope you guys had a good time. And I'll see you later. Oh, well, I guess we got to come back for the Super Chat jukebox. I was just about to end the stream, too. And Bog came in with the Super Chat of the evening. It has to be honored. The Super Chat jukebox must be respected. So let's do it.
They don't oppose the beast. They don't oppose the monster. They get on their knees to it and then say, I'll help you get those others to eat me last.
Classic. Now that's the way to end the stream. I'll see you guys next time.